WWE is no stranger to surprises, but every once in a while, an event happens that truly redefines shock value in professional wrestling. That moment came when Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate himself, made an unannounced return and targeted none other than Bronson Reed. The atmosphere inside the arena flipped from routine to chaotic in a matter of seconds, and fans both in attendance and watching around the world were left reeling. This wasn't just another attack. This was the return of one of the most dominant athletes in wrestling history, a reminder of why Lesnar remains one of the most unpredictable and captivating performers ever to step into the squared circle. Brock Lesnar. The apex predator returns. For years, Brock Lesnar has been WWE's most unique attraction. With a resume that includes both a decorated amateur wrestling career and a reign as UFC heavyweight champion, Lesnar is more than just a performer. He's an athlete who has proven his dominance across multiple combat platforms. His WWE runs have been defined by destruction, legendary rivalries, and moments that change the company's direction overnight. When Lesnar is around, the energy shifts because fans know that anything can happen. After nearly 8 months away from the spotlight, many assumed he had walked away for good. That's why his return felt less like a storyline twist and more like an earthquake hitting WWE at its core. Bronson Reed, the rising powerhouse. On the other side of this shocking equation is Bronson Reed, a star who had been steadily rising through the ranks of WWE's heavyweight division. Known for combining brute force with surprising agility, Reed had been building momentum and earning credibility as one of the company's most formidable big men. His signature tsunami splash had quickly become one of the most feared finishing moves on the roster, and it seemed as though WWE was preparing him for a breakout year. Reed's confidence was soaring, the crowd was starting to rally behind him, and he looked destined for bigger opportunities. But fate had something very different in store for him when Brock Lesnar set his sights on the Australian powerhouse. The music that shook the arena Reed was in the middle of a showcase performance on Monday Night Raw, dismantling his opponent with trademark power moves when the unthinkable happened. Without warning, the unmistakable sound of Brock Lesnar's entrance theme blasted through the arena speakers. The reaction was instantaneous and overwhelming. Fans leapt to their feet, many screaming in disbelief, while others simply froze in shock. The sheer volume of the reaction underscored just how much Lesnar's presence means to WWE audiences. It wasn't just nostalgia or recognition. It was the collective realization that one of the most dangerous men in the industry had returned to reclaim his place. Reed meets the Beast Bronson. Reed's reaction in the ring said everything. His usual bravado was there, but his body language betrayed just how much the moment had rattled him. Reed spread his arms wide, calling for Lesnar to bring the fight. But behind the confidence was the awareness that this was no ordinary opponent. When Lesnar walked down the ramp, every step was measured, every glare filled with intent. He didn't need to say a word. The energy in the building told the story. Brock Lesnar was back, and he was looking to make a statement. For Reed, this was suddenly no longer a night about dominance. It was about survival against the most intimidating presence in WWE. The crowd's roller coaster reaction. The audience inside the arena went through an emotional journey during the chaos. At first, there was pure joy and excitement as fans celebrated the surprise return. But as the intensity of Lesnar's offense escalated, that joy shifted into stunned silence and disbelief. Gasps filled the air with every suplex, every slam, and every display of brute strength. Fans who had come expecting to see Bronson Reed add another victory to his growing resume instead watched him overwhelmed by a storm he could not withstand. Social media lit up almost instantly, with hashtags about Lesnar's return trending worldwide and clips of the attack spreading across platforms within minutes. The WWE Universe reacts. The fallout online was just as intense as the live reaction. Fans posted their shock, admiration, and concern in equal measure. One viewer tweeted, "Lesnar's back and scarier than ever," while another wrote, "Bronson Reed didn't stand a chance tonight." The wrestling community buzzed with speculation about what this return meant. Fellow superstars even weighed in. Seth Rollins remarked, "That was a different level of intensity from Brock," while Rhea Ripley showed solidarity with Reed by tweeting, "Sending love to Bronson." That was tough to watch. The mixture of praise, criticism, and concern only amplified the impact of the moment, showing how deeply it resonated with the WWE audience. What motivated Lesnar's attack? The biggest question following the attack is simple. Why Bronson Reed? Brock Lesnar doesn't do anything without purpose. His history shows that when he targets someone, it's about more than just that individual. It's about sending a message to the entire roster. By choosing Reed, a man being groomed as WWE's next powerhouse, Lesnar made it clear that no one, no matter how big or dominant they seem, is untouchable when the beast is hungry. This wasn't just about humbling Reed. It was about warning every superstar that Lesnar is back to reclaim his position at the very top. The future of Bronson Reed. For Bronson Reed, this confrontation could become the turning point of his career. Yes, he was on the receiving end of a shocking attack, but wrestling history has shown that moments like these often create resilience and set the stage for a superstar's rise. Fans are already rallying behind him, expressing support and hoping he returns stronger than ever. Reed has built his reputation on grit and perseverance, and overcoming this setback could endear him to the WWE Universe in ways that victories alone never could. Whether this becomes the start of a heated rivalry with Lesnar or a stepping stone to bigger opportunities, Reed's response will define his next chapter. Where does WWE go from here? Lesnar's return doesn't just affect Bronson Reed, it reshapes the entire WWE landscape. Every top name, from Roman Reigns to Cody Rhodes to Gunther, now has to factor Lesnar into their plans. His unpredictability is his greatest weapon, and the simple fact that he's back means no one is safe. Could this lead to Reed versus Lesnar in a full-blown rivalry? Could it be the spark for Lesnar to reignite old rivalries with stars like Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns? The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes this return so electrifying. WWE now has the opportunity to weave Lesnar into its biggest storylines, and fans will be watching every move closely. A shift in storytelling. This moment also raises interesting questions about WWE's creative direction. Lesnar's brand of dominance is visceral, shocking, and at times uncomfortable to watch, but that's exactly why it works. His return could signal a shift toward more aggressive storytelling, where the line between entertainment and intensity is blurred. Wrestling history has seen cycles of brutality and larger-than-life storytelling, and this could mark the beginning of a new era where danger and unpredictability drive the biggest narratives. For fans craving high-stakes drama, Lesnar's return is a promise that things are about to get a lot more unpredictable. The emotional impact on fans. Beyond the storylines and speculation, it's important to acknowledge the emotional impact this return had on fans. Wrestling supporters form deep connections with both the heroes and the villains of the business, and seeing someone like Reed caught in Lesnar's storm was tough for many. Yet at the same time, fans live for moments like this. The jaw-dropping shocks, the unpredictability, the raw emotion. That blend of awe, concern, and excitement is the heartbeat of wrestling, and Lesnar's return delivered all of it in one unforgettable segment. Conclusion. The Beast reawakens. Brock Lesnar's shocking return and sudden attack on Bronson Reed has already earned its place among WWE's most memorable moments. It wasn't just about brutality. It was about reasserting dominance, reshaping the company's landscape, and reminding everyone that when Lesnar is around, the rules change. For Bronson Reed, this is a defining test of resilience. For Brock Lesnar, it's another chapter in a legacy built on shock, dominance, and fear. And for the WWE Universe, it's proof that wrestling remains at its best when it delivers the unexpected. Fans are now left buzzing with questions, theories, and anticipation, waiting to see who Lesnar targets next and how Reed responds to this career-defining setback. One thing is certain, the Beast is back, and WWE will never be the same.